McLaren won the 2025 Constructors Championship. Ferrari walked away with more money. And by the end of this video, you'll never watch a championship celebration the same way again. You'll just watch it feeling slightly cheated. $1.4 billion. That is the total prize pool sitting on the table in the 2025 Formula One season. Not the revenue of one team, not the salary of one driver, the entire prize pool carved up and handed out to every team on the grid, every year like clockwork. To put that into perspective, $1.4 billion is enough to buy approximately 85 Formula One cars. It's more than the GDP of some small nations, and it gets distributed every single year, just from racing. No pressure, just vibes, and billions of dollars. Here's how it works. Formula One takes roughly 45 to 50% of its total annual commercial revenue, TV deals, race hosting fees, sponsorship deals, every last cent, and throws it into the prize pot. The rest goes to FOM, Formula One Management, the commercial engine behind the sport. So the teams collectively get nearly half of everything Formula One earns. Sounds clean, sounds fair. Here's where the average fan assumes the fastest team takes the biggest check. And here's where the average fan is completely embarrassingly wrong, because that $1.4 billion isn't split by speed, it's split by something far more complicated and far more political. And whether you're a Ferrari fan who thinks tradition deserves reward, or a McLaren fan who believes only results should matter, this system is about to test exactly where your loyalty sits. Here's what you need to understand before this section ends. A team can finish dead last in the championship and still walk away with tens of millions of dollars. Let that sink in. The prize pool is split into two primary buckets. Simple enough, stay with me. Bucket 1, the equal share. Every team that competes in a full F1 season receives a flat payment just for being there. In 2025, that's roughly $35 to $40 million per team. Doesn't matter if you finished first or 10th. You showed up, you raced, you get paid. Participation trophies, except the participation trophy is $40 million. That is the floor. That's what keeps a team like Sauber financially viable even in their most difficult seasons. And honestly, good. Small teams need it. Bucket 2, the performance share. This is where the Constructors Championship actually moves money, based on where a team finished in the previous year's standings. Not this year, last year. They earn a percentage of the performance pool. The gap between finishing first and finishing last in the performance share, that's a massive number. But here's the thing, and this is where most people's understanding of F1 prize money completely breaks down. If the performance share rewards the best team and the equal share rewards everyone equally, shouldn't the champion always be the highest earner? That's exactly what logic says, but logic doesn't run F1's finances. Because before the equal share gets paid and before the performance pool gets touched, there's an entire layer of money that disappears off the top, locked into contracts for decades. Before we go any further, drop in the comments, should the Constructors Champion always receive the highest prize payout? No exceptions, no bonuses, no historical rewards? Or does legacy deserve financial recognition in sport? Legacy versus no legacy. Let's actually fight about this. Stay with this section because what you're about to learn is the reason the entire leaderboard of payouts looks nothing like the championship standings. Imagine the prize pool is a cake. Everyone agreed to share it, but before it even reaches the table, certain teams are already cutting slices off the top, contractual slices, historical slices, slices baked into the sport before most current drivers were even born. These are bonus payments. 3 of them matter, and they should absolutely infuriate you depending on which team you support. Bonus number 1, the LST bonus, also known as the Ferrari Fund. LST stands for Long-Standing Team. Ferrari is the only team to have competed in every single Formula One season since 1950. Every single one. 75 years of unbroken presence. And because of that, Formula One hands them a loyalty bonus, paid out regardless of where they finish. How much? Roughly 5% of the total prize pot, somewhere between $63 and $70 million in 2025. Ferrari gets that money if they win the championship. Ferrari gets that money if they finish last. It is locked in, it is historical, and it is objectively one of the most anti-competitive financial structures in professional sport, quietly sitting there while everyone pretends it doesn't exist. Yes, Ferrari earns tens of millions of dollars every year simply for not quitting. Truly inspiring. Before we go any further, drop in the comments, is the Ferrari LST bonus justified? 75 years of loyalty deserves reward? Or is it a corrupt relic that gives one team an unfair financial advantage forever? Bonus number 2, the Constructors Championship bonus, also known as winning now pays you for 10 years. This one rewards dynasties, teams that have consistently finished in the top 3 of the Constructors Championship across the last 10 years receive a slice of the prize pool on top of everything else. In 2025, Mercedes earned an estimated $112 million from this bonus alone. Not from winning the 2025 championship, from winning championships between 2014 and 2021. Their 8 consecutive constructors titles, years when they were essentially untouchable, printed them a recurring income stream that pays out long after the dominance is gone. If you're a Red Bull fan, Red Bull took $74.7 million from the same structure, a direct return on their 2022, 2023, and 2024 dominance. The message is simple and slightly ruthless. Winning doesn't just pay you now, it pays you for a decade. And teams that can't crack the top 3 consistently, they're watching other people collect money for history they weren't part of. Must be a great view from the back. Bonus number 3, the Heritage bonus, the one nobody talks about. Older teams with deep historical roots like McLaren and Williams receive a smaller heritage payment for their contribution to building F1 into what it is today. The exact number isn't disclosed publicly, but it exists. Another layer of historical reward, stacked quietly into the system. That's 3 separate bonus structures, all paid before the main pool even gets distributed. McLaren won the 2025 Constructors Championship. They crossed the line first. They earned the trophy, the title, the glory, the confetti, the champagne, the Instagram posts. Their total estimated payout in 2025, $168.5 million. Ferrari's total estimated payout in 2025, $277.7 million. That's $112 million more for the team that did not win the championship. $112 million for losing. Slower than expected. Outstanding work, Ferrari, truly. If you're a McLaren fan watching this right now, that number should make you want to flip a table. The team won, the team earned the title, and the team walked away with $112 million less than a competitor whose greatest achievement this season was a very respectable 4th place. This is what the bonus structure does. It doesn't just supplement the prize pool, it rewrites the entire hierarchy. The sport rewards history, it rewards legacy, it rewards consistency across decades, not a single season of excellence. Whether that's fair is a conversation F1 teams have been having behind closed boardroom doors for years, loudly, with lawyers present. Now's the part that surprises almost everyone outside the paddock. F1 does not pay drivers directly, not officially. Not a single cent from that $1.4 billion prize pool flows directly into a driver's account. Every dollar hits the team. What the driver earns is entirely determined by their private contract, one of the most closely guarded documents in sport, more classified than some government files. Seriously. At the top of the grid, Hamilton, Verstappen, base salaries estimated at $50 million or more per year, guaranteed regardless of results. You could finish last in every race and still retire richer than most countries. Most contracts include performance bonuses, around $10,000 per championship point scored, $250,000 to $500,000 per race win depending on your negotiating leverage. A midfield driver on a $3 to $5 million base having a career year, 50 points, 2 podiums, might add another $500,000 to $1 million on top. Their career best is still less than a rounding error on Hamilton's deal. And yes, Hamilton will be fine. And then there's the third income stream: personal sponsorships, the logos on the helmet, the brand deals, the social media campaigns. Drivers keep the majority of that, completely independent of the team. So when someone asks how much an F1 driver earns from prize money, the answer is technically zero. The prize money funds the team funds the driver, that's the chain. Clean, simple, deliberately opaque. In 2026, Cadillac, backed by General Motors, is entering Formula One as the 11th constructor, and their arrival immediately disrupts the math for every team already here. Same prize pool, 11 ways instead of 10. Every existing team's equal share quietly shrinks the moment a new competitor sits down at the table. To compensate, Cadillac reportedly paid a $450 million entry fee just to join the grid. That money was split evenly, $45 million to each of the current 10 teams, as a one-time payment before they've turned a single competitive lap. Think about that. Sauber, a team scraping through at the bottom of the prize money table, received $45 million simply because a new team wanted to race. That's the value of an F1 grid spot. The sport's commercial structure is so protected, so deliberately fortified, that even joining it costs nearly $500 million. Welcome to the most expensive club in sports. Before we go further, drop in the comments, does Cadillac deserve to be an F1, a team built on money and politics, or a legitimate competitor that earns their spot the same way every new team should? Most F1 fans watching a podium celebration this season will see a trophy and assume they're watching the team with the richest team in the sport. What they're actually watching is a team receiving the smallest possible version of their prize, while other teams with older histories and deeper political roots collect money in the background without lifting a single trophy. Formula One isn't just a sport, it's a financial system designed to look like a sport. And once you see that, you can't unsee it.